Chapter 2. Treat Me Right. Pat Benatar. Lucy's Right On, Rock On mixtape. Song number 2. Lucy. Oh, for Pete's sake! The dog flinches at my outburst. Sorry, little guy, you're okay. Making sure he's secured to the grooming table, I grab a dustpan and broom to clean up the shards of a test tube I just dropped. Cindy, a fellow animal tech, pauses in the doorway. Everything okay? Yeah, just slippery fingers. I do my best to sound normal. Unfortunately, my stupid body has chucked normal out the window. Luckily, I dropped the test tube before I filled it with blood. Cindy smirks as she leans into the room. Still full of sexual tension after your up-close and personal with Ben Porter? What? What are you talking about? How in the heck does Cindy know Ben's name? Or about my history with him? The petite redhead arches a perfectly shaped eyebrow. I'm talking about you in an exam room with Ben Porter. She may as well end the sing-song sentence with K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I dump the broken glass into the trash and stare at the swinging lid. How do you know him? Any woman with a pulse knows him. She points at me. You picked up that chart out of turn. I assumed it was because you're a fan. I mean, I don't blame you. I'm just jealous. She puts a hand on her chest and moans. Those ads where he's just wearing briefs? Oh my God. What are you talking about? We can't be talking about the same person. My Ben studied theater, but he isn't in underwear ads. At least, I don't think so. I guess it's possible, but unlikely. She narrows her baby blue shadowed eyes at me. Are you saying you don't know who Ben Porter is? I know who he is. I grew up with him. Puck whines. I put the dustpan away and return to his side. Easy, boy. I blow out a breath to steady my hands, pick up a new test tube and set it carefully in its holder before picking up the hypodermic needle. Cindy sidles in to hold the little dog for me, though he hasn't moved. You grew up with him? Yeah, he lived on the block behind us. I draw blood from the base of Puck's neck, carefully set the sample inside the tube and discard the needle before massaging the spot. Good boy. So you know him. Is he gay? Everyone says he's gay. My blurt of nervous laughter earns me a strange look from Cindy. No, I'm pretty sure he's not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just... Never mind. Setting the dog on the floor, images of Ben's naked body tangled with mine storm through my mind. I have got to get myself under control. Okay, boy, let's see if we can get a fecal so we can find out how many worms you've got inside you. The promise of parasite-filled poop doesn't seem to deter Cindy, who follows me out of the exam room. Really? Wow, so do you still hang out with him? Do you have his phone number? Maybe he needs someone to bring this cutie home for him. I hold up my free hand. Sorry, I only have his old number, and I doubt it's still good. I haven't seen him for a long time, and I have no idea where he lives now. Not that we're likely to start delivering pets back to their owners. Geez, calm down. I was just kidding. She sticks out her lower lip in a pout. I thought Deanna was the grouchy one, and you were the nice one. Deanna's the senior vet tech with over 10 years at the practice. Cindy is brand new. I'm the mama bear in the middle, so I soften my tone. I promise I'll let you know if I find out anything. Right now, I'm taking Puck outside. Puck? Is Ben a Bruins fan? Oh my God, I would so love to go to a hockey game with him. Hold your horses, Missy. It's Puck after the character in a Shakespeare play. She slaps a hand to her forehead. But doy, he's in a Shakespeare play right now. He's Romeo. Isn't that so rad? I thought you said he was an underwear model. How do you know so much about him? She rolls her eyes. I can read, duh. My face must make my confusion clear. He's been in all the big magazines. Teen, Tiger Beat, Bop. Even people. She says the last in a reverent whisper, and I have to stifle a laugh. Her delivery's so dramatic, she's the one who should be on stage. The story of how he got started is choice. He was an intern at this big agency in Los Angeles and just getting people coffee or something when Callum Keane saw him and was like, I want that guy. And the rest is history. He's been modeling ever since. She grabs my arm. And he was in our waiting room. I cannot wait to tell my friends. They're gonna freak. The bell sounds, indicating that a tech is needed to handle another patient. I tip my head in the direction of the exam rooms. She huffs out a breath. Okay, I'm going, but I want some dirt on him. When I open the door to the kennel, the familiar scents and sounds remind me of my purpose here. I've got a homeless dog to take care of. It's a tight space between the cages full of boarders, and they're all eager to say hello. When Puck hesitates on the threshold, I lift my chest, keep my breathing even, and give a quick tug on the leash. Let's go, buddy. He trots calmly by my side, so I coo, what a good boy. Since he isn't freaking out, I pause to say hello to one of the calmer dogs. As I talk to the older lab mix, Puck stands calmly next to me. Sometimes I wish I could spend my whole day back here, like I did when I started out. Cleaning cages isn't fun, but the animals' needs are so simple. No office politics, no owners making impossible demands, no wishing I were the vet instead of just a tech. Right now, though, I get to go outside for a few minutes with a surprisingly well-behaved little stray. I scratch under his bearded chin, and he licks mine. Okay, buddy, let's go make a poop so we can see what kind of worms you've got in there. Pretty sure there'll be a nice variety. He barks, tail wagging and eyes bright, like he agrees. As we walk along the edge of the hospital's parking lot, he follows his nose, and I revel in the warmth of the late morning sun. It was summer when Ben and I got together. I thought I'd successfully shoved everything about that time so far into the corner of my heart that I'd never see or hear from it again. Just like I haven't seen or heard from Ben in the 7 years since he moved across the country without saying goodbye to me or my family. A song sneaks into my head. Pat Benatar's Treat Me Right was at the top of the mixtape I made for Ben the day after I talked him into helping me lose my virginity. Come to think of it, he did a disappearing act then, too. Rushing down the walk because I'm late to catch the bus, I trip over an uneven brick and my bag goes flying. God damn it! Now I have to scramble to pick up purse crap strewn across my front yard. Funkity fucking fuck! If it's not obvious, my frustration isn't just about being late. A hand appears in front of my face. When I jerk upright, my forehead collides with a sharp chin. Ow! I rub my head. Jesus, Ben! Sorry. He hands me a tampon and a chapstick. Perfect. I snatch them away and stuff them deep inside my handbag. What are you doing here? Giving you a ride to work. You are? He hasn't given me a ride to work since we had sex. 10 fucking days ago. I figure it must have been so awful for him that he couldn't face me. He jogs over to pick up a receipt that's flying across the grass. Yeah, sorry about the last couple weeks. The van was in the shop. I side-eye him. It was? Didn't your brother tell you? I called and left a message. I didn't get any message. He grabs my hand and pulls me toward the curb where the van waits, engine running. Come on, let's go. You're gonna be late. Completely discombobulated, I somehow make it to the passenger side without tripping again. Before I know it, the engine's roaring. I instinctively grab the panic bar as Ben pulls out into morning traffic. Still running his words over in my head, I bleat when the van swerves to the right and into a parking space on a side street. Before I can ask what the heck is going on, his mouth covers mine.